Hello, everyone. Welcome to Follow Me Friday. If you're watching me on social media or my YouTube channel, welcome to Living Healthy, Living Well. If you're listening to me on my podcast, my name is Madhuri, and I am your Chief Motivating Officer for Prana Health, Yoga, and Wellness. So today I'm going to be talking about meditation, something that I personally have been practicing for almost 8 years, maybe a little longer. Never thought that I would be a meditator. It just kind of came along with the practice of yoga when I went into teacher training. It's something that I really actually enjoy doing. I look forward to doing. So yesterday, actually, I was on a group coaching call. I'm part of a group coaching program as a client myself. And one of the things that my yoga coach was sharing with everyone was the practice of meditation and how to incorporate it into your daily life practice. And the discussion went on, and I was actually very surprised to see how many people found it difficult to find a way to meditate or find a space or even sit in stillness or understand how do you do it correctly. So I'm here to just share with you a few things about meditation. First of all, you do not have to sit in a dark cave to meditate. You don't need to go sit in a dark room. You can sit anywhere to meditate. Number two, you don't have to sit to meditate, like me, an easy pose. You can stay seated in a chair. You can lie down. You can stand up. The main thing about meditation, the important thing is finding a comfortable position where you can be in stillness for a period of time. Another thing about when I'm talking about being seated on the ground, in a chair, on a stool, standing, lying down, is that it's very important that your spine is long. In yoga practice, we believe that the spiritual part of the practice, that there are energy centers along the spine called the chakras, and they're naked to the human eye. And each energy center represents a layer of life. So we want our chakras, the channel that the chakras are aligned on, which is our spine, called our sushmana, our energy column. It's along the spine that the chakras are located. So we want the energy column to be nice and long and straight. We don't want any kinks along the way. And why do I say no kinks along the way? Why should your spine be long? I'll tell you why. Just think about a hose and water running through the hose. When the water is running through the hose, when there's a kink in the hose, the water stops. The hose, let's connect it with it being the energy column, the sushmana, our spine, the water being the energy, or the nervous pathways that are taking our messages through. If there's a kink along in the hose, the water will not flow. If there's a kink along the spine or the energy column, the energy or the messages will not flow. So that's number one. Spine needs to be long, finding a comfortable position for you. Number two, you can keep your eyes soft or closed if you're comfortable with it, or you can do a gazing meditation. You can stare at a candle, gaze at the candle. You can stare at an object in the room. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to be in a dark room again. You can choose to keep your eyes soft or closed if that's comfortable for you. Another thing, you can be silent if you choose to be silent. You can chant a mantra. A mantra is a set of words that helps you focus. In yoga, the language of yoga is Sanskrit. We use Sanskrit words to chant. You don't have to use a Sanskrit word. You can use a word or a phrase, an affirmation in English or whatever language you are comfortable with. Something that I share in children's yoga when I teach children to make it as simple and something that they can understand is peace begins with me. Something that they can understand. And then as they say it, they're ingesting it, they're absorbing it, and they believe it. And the same thing with any other mantra that you choose, a positive affirmation. Why do we use mantra? Mantra helps for you for two things. It helps you focus. It helps you focus and stay here in the present moment when you're meditating. So you can chant it out loud or you can mentally vibrate it. It's whatever works for you. Another way is to use sound current. You can play some music, positive music, a positive affirmation, maybe a chant that's just repeated music. You can play that in the background. Sound current is very powerful. It vibrates the water in our body and it releases tension, stress, anxiety, depression. As you can see back here, I have a gong. Yes, this is a real gong that I have, and I use this as part of my meditation practice for my students. We also use it in Savasana as a guided sleeping practice in Yoga Nidra. So the current of the sound of the gong vibrates in the body, vibrating the water in the body, releasing tension, stress, anxiety, depression, okay? So sound current is another way you can practice meditation. So there's so many ways. And then the last thing that I would like to share with you is your hands, using your hands, creating gestures called mudra. When we create a mudra, a hand gesture, and we know, many of us know this specific mudra, we call it the meditative pose, and in yoga, we call it jnana mudra. You're just resting it on your hands, on your thighs or knees, and just keeping your eyes soft or closed. Now, when you use a mudra with your meditation, the energetic flow from our fingertips are moving through our entire body. We are creating a gesture with our hands, creating energy. So there is an energy that's created because our 72,000 nerve endings are in our hands and in our feet. We want to use these fingers and our hands to make the gestures to create even more of a sensation. Again, it's another thing that you can do. If it doesn't serve you, leave it. When you meditate, your thoughts are not going to stop. Your thoughts are a stream of consciousness. They're constantly going, just like the saliva is secreting in your mouth. It doesn't stop. However, you can choose to engage in them, run away with them, judge them if you want, or allow them to flow by like a fish moving through a stream, just noticing them and then just letting them go. When you notice that you've run away with a thought, take in a deep inhale and then exhale. Taking a breath helps you come back to the present moment. In fact, recently, I learned that when we take a full breath in and a full breath out, and we concentrate on our breath, we are actually not thinking during that few seconds of time. We are not thinking. Thoughts are actually at a pause because we are concentrating on our breath. So another way you can meditate is just focusing on your breath. You can even count to 3, 4, or 5 on the inhale and the same number on the exhale. So many different ways that you can meditate. One easy way that I have started my students with meditating, great meditation for beginners, is listening to your heartbeat. You may do one of two things: placing your hand on your heart center, eyes may be soft or closed, and for each beat, having a mental vibration, a mantra. In Kundalini Yoga, we use Sat Nam, S-A-T-N-A-M. Sat for one heartbeat, Nam for the next heartbeat. Sat Nam means truth is my name, truth is my identity. You can use anything else. You can say, I am. I for one heartbeat, am for another heartbeat. You can choose whatever words you want. Or you can place your hands on your wrist and feel your pulse this way. And then for every beat, there is a word, a positive affirmation word, and just continuing to do that. That is the best meditation for beginners that I have used in my classes. Another thing is with children, I said, peace begins with me. They love this. You're actually going to use your mudras, your hand gestures. So with each word that we say, we touch the tip of the finger to the tip of the thumb. So peace begins with me, resting your hands on your thighs or knees. Peace begins with me. You can choose anything you want to. You can say, I am, whatever you want to do. Neuroscience has found that when you touch tips of fingers to the thumbs like this with a word, you're actually strengthening your neural pathways in your brain, creating new neural pathways, strengthening the existing neural pathways. So this actually can help prevent or maybe prolong Alzheimer's and dementia. Neuroscience has proven that. Neuroscience has also done studies about meditation. It increases memory, it increases our lifespan. So just meditating maybe 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, 32 hours, whatever you have time for. Just taking a few minutes every day to meditate. And you don't have to call it meditation if that word doesn't jive with you. You can call it just sitting in silence or just be. So that's all I have for you today. If any of you are interested in learning how to meditate or want to know more about hand gestures, different mudras to work on different layers of your life, different chakras, I would love to connect with you. Please subscribe to my channel if you're listening to me on YouTube, or subscribe to my podcast. And if you're watching me on social media, message me or put a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about this episode. Tell me if you would be interested in learning more, or if you know someone that would be interested, share this with them. I love this. This is actually something that I love to nerd out on. But anyways, until next time, I invite you all to have an amazing weekend. Think about having a little bit of silence and stillness in your life, just a little bit every day. It's healthy for your mind and your body and your spirit. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.